What's up, guys, and welcome back to the AC Milan career mode here on FC24. We are going to get into episode number 6 of the second season here of this AC Milan career mode, and we're going to be in the January transfer window. Currently sitting in second place, few points behind Inter Milan through 18 games, almost the midway point of the Serie A season so far. I mean, we're playing really well. Most goals scored in the league, tied with Roma technically, and then second least goals allowed behind Inter. So, like I said, having a pretty good season so far. We're also through to the knockout rounds of the Champions League. We're also in the Super Cup in Italy right now. We're going to be facing Juventus in our first game of this episode. We're going to be potentially playing a final matchup against Fiorentina or Napoli as well at some point in this episode. But yes, like I said, the Champions League, moving on to the knockout rounds. We did get past our group. And as you guys just saw there, we are going to be facing Real Madrid in the round of 16. So not an easy matchup. As of right now, I would say the most important player in our second season this year has been Santiago Jimenez, and Rafael Leao has been really good as well. But as you can see down here, currently league leading in assists, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, 10 assists in 17 games in the Serie A this season, as well as 2 goals, 13 assists in just all competitions, which is just absolutely insane. Our midfielders have been playing so well. De Ketelaere's up there with 5 goals, 3 assists. Pobega with only 2 and 2, but his impact is definitely noted. And then Reinder's there as well with 2 goals and 8 assists as well. So our midfielders are getting so many assists to our front players, which is exactly what we want to see. We do have Yunus Musa on loan, and he has grown very well at Fiorentina, up 3 overall to 79 overall. So we're potentially going to think about bringing him back at some point. Maybe in this transfer window we might send Adley out on loan. We haven't really been using Adley too much, and so if we send him out, then we would bring back Musa. And then we've got a lot of other players out on loan, some of them with some decent growth, but nothing too crazy. The main position we've thought about potentially bringing in someone in this January window is at right back. But Calabria's been playing very well for us in the last 2 seasons, and I don't really feel the need to change from him or to go with someone else. So we're going to keep him in that right back position. But we are going to make potentially a couple of signings in this episode, but neither one of them are going to be impacting the starting 11 necessarily. At goalkeeper, we've got Diogo Costa, and I'm not going to move away from him anytime soon, but I do kind of want to bring in a new backup goalkeeper. Sportiello's getting up there in age, not too old, but 32, and I just don't really necessarily enjoy using him if we ever do, which we don't really for the most part. But Vasquez and Greco are not up to par or up to the standards that we want them to be. Greco's having great growth this season on loan, but he's just never going to be where we want him to be. So we're thinking about bringing in a goalkeeper as a backup. And then I'm thinking about potentially also bringing in a backup left back because Ballatore is just not it. Only 1 game this season in the Champions League so far. And he's okay, but he's definitely not that great. So I'm thinking about moving on from him. If we are able to get a transfer for him, then we will sign a new left back as a backup. But besides that, I like everybody we've got in all the other positions. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into our first game of the episode, and let's get into the January window. We are going to get through the entire January window in this episode. So first up, we are going to play this game against Juventus, and then we will play this game against Napoli as well. I imagine the second Super Cup game, if we can get past Juventus, will be in this month as well. So we're going to have to see how it goes. We're going to simulate at least a couple games so that we can get to the end of the window. And then, of course, we'll probably make those a couple signings, like I said. So we'll kind of see how it goes, but let's get into this game against Juventus. This is the lineup that we are going to be going with, so let's get to it. Oh, no. Danilo sliding in from the back of Jimenez and could be sent off early on in this game. I would assume it's a red card, but it's actually just going to be a yellow. Wow. Calabria down here to Elise. I don't really see any great options just yet. We are going to find Jimenez eventually. And I am going to go ahead and go for a shot, but well wide of the post. Chiesa on this left wing now. Calabria staying in front of him decently well, but finding a pass inside to Keane. Benacer will knock it out for a corner. 25 minutes gone. It's still 0-0. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Ultimate Team on FIFA, or on FC24, of course. With Team of the Season out, that's kind of... some of my time has been dedicated to that, so sorry about the upload schedule. But, yeah, if you guys are playing any Ultimate Team, be sure to let me know if you got any crazy cards. So far, I haven't really pulled too much. They're going to get a shot off with Chukwueze there. Of course, our former player playing against us. 27 minutes gone. Another corner here. Looks like they're going to take this from short yet again to Chiesa, who will find a pass inside to Keane. Keane to Goretzka. Goretzka with a shot. Diogo Costa with a save. Loftus-Cheek with an insanely good pass to Rafael Leao. I don't think he's going to be able to get past his defender, but he is going to find a pass to Elise, and Elise is going to head that one into the middle of the net. I don't know what that positioning is from Szczesny, but we are going to take a 1-0 lead after 36 minutes. Jimenez out here to lay out yet again. Going to try to cut inside. Good defense by Danilo. Are they going to be able to clear it out? It looks like they are going to be able to, and that's probably going to be the end of the first half here. So we're going to take our 1-0 lead into half. Keane with a good pass inside to Goretzka. Goretzka, great shot. I don't know if Costa got a hand to it, but that is off the post. And we are lucky to still be ahead by 1 here at the beginning of the second half. Chiesa making a lot of moves to get onto this side of the field. He has held onto the ball for so long and has not decided to pass. But will now, and Chukwueze goes for a cross that gives Costa a lot of trouble, but luckily it goes just off the top of the bar. Jimenez going to find a pass to De Ketelaere. De Ketelaere finding Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek holding on to it well, maintaining possession still. De Ketelaere now going to go for the shot. Good defense again by Bremer and I believe by Danilo. Couldn't really tell who that was. Might have been Goretzka actually. Chiesa pushing forward, but Tomori is a beast. Oh no, bad pass. Ooh, luckily Buongiorno was there to save the day. Calabria did not look very comfortable there. Ulisse taking this one down the wing. We're going to look back inside for Jimenez. Jimenez, nowhere to go. I want to get some subs on, but the play has not stopped in a long time, and I'm really hoping that that doesn't come back to bite us. But Juventus pushing forward now. Vlahovic not going for a pass. Theo Hernandez is there. Jimenez going to wait on this run from Calabria. Very slow with it. Somehow maintains possession. We're just going to look back for De Ketelaere. He's going to find Loftus-Cheek. It's deflected. Chiesa will end up with it. And Juventus are going to be unable to move forward, so pretty boring game overall. I mean, there has been some chances on both sides, but it looks like this game is going to end up at a 1-0 win for AC Milan. I mean, fairly even game for the most part. Juventus maybe had a little bit more possession, but we're going to take the 3 points home. And I think this offer here can tell you just how good Calabria really is. I mean, when a team like Real Madrid are coming in for him and you have to reject that offer, I think that shows you just how good of a player he really is. I also forgot that that was a Super Cup game and not a Serie A game, so we actually don't get 3 points for it, but we are going to be able to move to the next round, or to the finals, I believe. Fiorentina and Napoli have not played their game. We're going to advance a few days, and it looks like we are going to be playing this Super Cup final just a few days later. Manchester United coming in for Calabria as well. We're going to go ahead and reject all offers, and we're just going to go ahead and block all offers. I don't really plan on moving on from Calabria, so I'm okay with getting no offers for him for the rest of the season. But yeah, it looks like this final against Fiorentina is going to be coming up just a few days after that game against Juventus. And as you can see here, Colombo is also going to be leaving the club for 6 months here at the end of the season. And so we will go ahead and get into this game. This is going to be Fiorentina's lineup for our game against them. Parisi at left back is the player that I'm thinking about bringing in at left back to be our backup at that position. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. As you can see, they've also brought in Pascal Gross in midfield as well as Amrabat, and then of course Ollie Watkins has been up top. We've seen that before. But we're going to keep mostly the same team for this game. I'm actually going to move Loftus-Cheek up to the cam position and Reinders into the center midfield position. Take out De Ketelaere. He didn't really show us too much in that last game, but let's go ahead and get to this one. Ooh, Amrabat pushing forward. Going to potentially find a pass to Ollie Watkins, and does. And Ollie Watkins is going to get a shot away. Costa making the save. It's going to be a snowy game here in Italy. I'm not familiar with Italy weather, but I don't know if they ever get much snow. I wouldn't imagine they do, but nonetheless, we're going to be playing in a snowy fixture here. Hopefully going to be getting the win, and hopefully going to be taking home another trophy on top of the Serie A trophy that we took home last year. Committing another foul in midfield. Parisi going for a cross. Tomori's going to clear it away. Loftus-Cheek looking for a forward pass. Don't really like any of the options just yet. We're going to get it to Jimenez, who will find Reinders, who's going to look for Ulisse. We can't quite get to it. Parisi does well. Leao finds a pass to Theo Hernandez. We're going to go back to Leao, who's got so much speed. Almost gets tackled there, but maintains possession. Theo Hernandez going to go for a cross. Ulisse does well to maintain possession for a moment. We're going to get it back. Benacer. Now Rafael Leao. Going to look again towards the middle of the box. Jimenez not going to be able to jump to that one. And it looks like it's going to be almost cleared away. Leao to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek inside to Jimenez. Jimenez. Nice move. Good shot. Not a great one, though. Right at the keeper. Sabiri down the wing. Inside to Ferrarini. Not sure if I said that name right. They get a shot away. And they're going to have a corner here just after that. Amrabat does well to hold off our defender. Calabria stuck in a bad spot. Ollie Watkins is going to end up with it. And that will be a 1-0 lead for Fiorentina. 43 minutes gone. Ooh, putting some pressure on. Jimenez, was putting great pressure on. Benacer is going to win that ball back somehow. We are going to end up with it. Jimenez now looking over the top for Loftus-Cheek. Not a great effort. We're going to end up with it still, though, again. Leao, so much speed. Great shot and a great save. Elise on the corner. Buongiorno is there, and another save by Christensen. 60 minutes gone now. We're going to get a double sub on Charles de Ketelaere and Noah Okafor coming on for Jimenez and for Benacer. Haven't really seen too much from Jimenez or from Benacer, really. So it is what it is. We've got a free kick now. That corner earlier didn't really go too well. So we're going to look to send this one towards maybe the back post area. See if we can't get on the end of it. And we can! Okafor nods it down, and Rafael Leao there to finish it off. 60 minutes gone. We level this game at 1, and we are still in this fight. Watkins out here to Djorko. Djorko back to Watkins. Watkins back to Djorko. Just trying to maintain a good position. Buongiorno does very well. I've really enjoyed Buongiorno being one of the signings that we made earlier this season. Rafael Leao waits for the overlapping run from Theo Hernandez. We're going to look inside. Okafor finds Reinders. Reinders trying to find it across goal. Elise. Oh, it was just behind him. Defender does well, and keeper comes and collects it right off the line. I was waiting for a different run, but we're going to end up with it still. Reinders to Theo Hernandez now. This one could be good. Okafor has got to score that. All right, 78 minutes gone now. We're going to go ahead and get Pobega on for Loftus-Cheek. Hopefully he can make a difference. Pobega has been clutch for us in the past, so hoping to see a goal from him at some point. Theo Hernandez inside to Reinders. Reinders to de Ketelaere. Way too little power on that shot. I mean, what was that? Rafael Leao going to turn that one around. We find Salamakers, who we just brought on. Oh, man, that is 2 great chances. Actually, 3, yeah. Elise, Okafor, and now Salamakers have all missed chances that we easily could have put this game to bed. Rafael Leao going to wait for this run from de Ketelaere. We're going to wait for another run from Theo Hernandez. Across goal. Salamakers can't mess that one up. 89th minute goal to give us a 2-1 lead here in the final of the Super Cup. There's going to be 4 minutes of added time here. We did just commit a foul in midfield off of that kick, so they've got about 3 minutes to move forward here. We're going to win the header there. We're going to move forward with Rafael Leao, try to get around this defender. We actually do very well. And we're just going to sprint down to the corner and hold this one for as long as we can. We could maybe go for goal here, but might as well just hold on to it. We might go for goal. We'll see. Theo Hernandez. We'll send it across now. Salamakers not able to get to it. Parisi does well. Yunus Musa now on the field. I don't know if he's been playing the whole game, but nonetheless, that is going to be the final whistle. 96 minutes gone, and that is going to be another trophy for AC Milan. So technically, we can say that we got 2 now. And if we could, somehow win this trophy, we already won this trophy, but we could somehow win the Coppa Italia, if we could win the league, and if we could win the Champions League, that would be a quadruple, which would be absolutely insane. I think that there's about a 0% chance that we do that, but it would be pretty cool. We got an offer for a loan with option to buy for Sportiello from Bournemouth, which is an interesting team for him to go to, but we are going to let him go out on a short-term loan, and then we are going to agree with the offer that they're going to give us. Looks like they're willing to give us $7.3 million for him as a future fee, so I'm honestly perfectly fine with this. His market value is only about $5.5 million. And like I said, I want to bring in a new player at that backup goalkeeper position, so we're going to go ahead and go do that now. And that player is going to be Guillaume Rest, maybe, from Chelsea. A 19-year-old goalkeeper, 78 overall. I mean, we've got plenty of money, as you can see in the budget. His market value is about $28.5 million. They reckon we can get him for about $35 million, so we're going to go ahead and offer that straight up. Looks like they want 36.3 and a sell-on clause of 15%. We're perfectly fine with that. I don't imagine we'll ever get to the point where we want to sell him anyway, so we're going to go ahead and bring him in, and hopefully he'll be the best backup goalkeeper in the world here soon. And like I said, Fabiano Parisi was a player that we've been wanting to go after for a long time now. I am going to go ahead and approach to buy him now from Fiorentina. Since we just beat them, I feel kind of bad for beating them in the Super Cup and then taking one of their players, but we're just preparing for the future in case Theo Hernandez wants to leave next season or in case we get an insane offer for him. We're going to go ahead and offer $42 million for Parisi so that we can get ahead of that and so that, by the time Theo Hernandez does want to leave, if we even play another season in this career mode, that we will have a backup player already in place to take his position. So Fabiano Parisi is going to be an AC Milan player. And so this is now what the squad is looking like after those two moves. I mean, we've got obviously a really good starting 11 and then lots of great backup players, but now we've got even better players on the reserves. Ballatore, like I said, hopefully we're going to be moving on from him. I just don't really see him playing in this squad very much in the future, and Parisi is much better than him, obviously, so Parisi will be ahead of him. And then we've got a great backup goalie once Sportiello leaves, so these two players should be leaving probably this window. We've got Terracciano still here as backup right back. He can play all across the back line if we need him to, really. Giroud will be leaving us after this season, and then, of course, Adley's still here. Good backup player, but just doesn't get used as much. But upgrading on our bench players is going to be fantastic for the club in the future. I mean, obviously, we're fighting for Champions League every season, fighting for the Serie A title every season at this point, but also fighting in the Champions League this year to try to, get past Madrid, which is going to be a very, very tall task. Big game now against Napoli. They are only 7 points behind us in the table, and of course, they've got a very, very good team. We've come up against them many times in this career mode already, and it's always a tough game. But then we're going to go with basically the same lineup again. This time, Pobega is going to be playing instead of Benacer. Benacer has been okay for us. I mean, he's a CDM, so more of a defensive-minded player overall, but just haven't been too impressed with him lately, and especially just in this episode. So going to make sure to get Pobega a good start in this game. Elise pushing down this wing. We're going to have a pass down here into Jimenez. Jimenez going to look back inside for Rafael Leao. Going to get a shot away, but Varane will get in the way of it. 18 minutes gone, our first corner of the game. Elise going to be swinging this one in. Left-sided player. Jimenez is sort of there. Loftus-Cheek. Going to turn that one back inside. We're going to find Rafael Leao again. Not a great shot there. Elise can't quite get to it, but ends up with it somehow. Another shot and another block. And now Napoli hitting us on the counter. Good cross inside. Joe Linton's going to end up on the end of it. And they will take the 1-0 lead. 27 minutes gone. Ngonge inside to Joe Linton. Another good shot by Joe Linton. This time saved by Costa. So far, they've been pushing forward very well. Both shots on target. Lobotka taking this one short. Kvaratskhelia trying not to commit a foul in the box. He's just holding on to possession too, and we can't get it away from him. Luckily, he will dribble it out of bounds, and that will be a goal kick. Oh, Pobega with a great pass over the top to Jimenez, who barely took it down well. We're going to look back inside for Elise. Probably should not have gone for a shot. Keeper will collect. Jimenez on the edge of the box. Going to look for a pass to Calabria. Going to look back inside for Loftus-Cheek. Heavy touch. It looks like it did go off of a Napoli player, so we will have a corner here right at the end of the first half. Elise going to swing this one in yet again. Looking for Jimenez again, but Unai Simon comes and collects it. Reinders inside to Pobega. Pobega looks like he picked up an injury at some point. Elise does well to maintain possession. We're going to look for a cross here. Oh, wow. That was almost really dangerous for Napoli. Looks like, yeah, Pobega picked up an injury, so we are going to have to get him off at some point. And so 56 minutes gone, we are going to get a double sub. Benacer going to come on for Pobega. De Ketelaere is also going to come on for Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek hasn't really performed well in that cam position, so playing him in a deeper role probably is better for us. Oliveira on the edge of the box. Good pass to Kajust. They end up with it. Kvaratskhelia with a shot. Costa with a good save. Kajust, good pass inside to Wilson. Back to Joe Linton. Back to Wilson. Ugh. It's terrifying playing teams like this. Inside the box. Costa, another good save. 72 minutes gone. We've got to find a way to move forward. This episode as a whole, really, it's been a little bit tougher for us scoring-wise. We're used to scoring like at least 2 or 3 a game, and have not been doing so far. They took that corner short. Buongiorno does well. They're going to still end up with it, though. Ngonge back to Tierney. They're holding on to possession. Benacer getting a block in. De Ketelaere. We're going to try to play a little 1-2, and of course it doesn't work. Menez going to push around his defender. Reinders, good turn. Speed up a little bit. Reinders with a great turn and a great finish on the edge of the box. 80 minutes gone. It's 1-1. But now the job is not finished. With 10 minutes left, we're going to get a 3-man sub on our front 3 players. Elise, Leao, and Jimenez all coming off. Ketelaere, we're going to have Salamaker sort of inside here. We're going to get a pass to Okafor. Okafor with a shot. Another good save. 86 minutes gone, though. We have the opportunity to score again off this corner. Want to see if we can get someone left-footed on it. We'll get Benacer on it so we can swing it in. Going to try to look for, is that Teo Hernandez? It is. Yeah, that's a foul on the keeper. Pulisic inside to Okafor. We're going to look out to Teo Hernandez. Going to try to get a cross in, I guess. Not many other options. Tierney heads it away. That's 2 minutes gone. 92 minutes gone total. And that will be the end of the game. So a 1-1 draw here against Napoli. We were at least lucky enough to get a point out of that game, which keeps us in a good spot. But Inter are running away with first place right now. 7 points above us. We do have a game in hand, but things are not looking great. Sportiello has officially been loaned out to Bournemouth and will also probably be bought at the end of that. And then Pobega did, of course, pick up a broken toe injury and will be out for 3 months. So for a good majority of the rest of the season. Juventus coming in with an offer for Santiago Jimenez, 155 million is insane, but we will happily block all offers. We are not going to give up our best striker, especially not to one of our rivals. We've now got a game against Bologna, and I'm going to do something interesting for this game that I had never done before, and I'm actually going to player lock as one of our players. And I'm going to see if you guys like it. If you guys do like it, we might try to do it a little bit more in the future. We're going to play lock as Jimenez up top for this game. We're going to see how it goes. So let's go ahead and get into this one. Ooh, already playing some good defense 5 minutes into this game, knocking it out for a throw-in. We are going to play with the Be a Pro camera on this as well. I don't know how many highlights there are going to be in this game of this, but we'll try to perform our best and see if we can get the win. Hopefully score some goals with Jimenez as well. Reinders getting in a tackle. Salamaker sending us through. Worried about that defender. Going to take a shot. Great save by Grabara. Getting a good pass out to Rafael Leao. Trying to get into a good spot. Not really sure if we are or not. Teo Hernandez unfortunately turns it over. Rafael Leao to us. Oh, we're running too fast. Going to maintain possession of the ball though. Another shot and another save. And now we get a pass and we're going to try to lay it off to Calabria, who does well, but not really sure what that touch was. Calabria gets it inside to us. Oh, good defense. And it looks like Santiago Jimenez might be down injured now as well. Get up. What are you doing? Okay, he's finally getting up. It looks like he definitely hurt his shoulder or his arm. All right, well, we're still in the game. We're still getting the ball passed to us. No one's around us, actually, right here. Going to go for a shot right at the keeper, right at the defender. I don't know what's happening. Keeper made the save. They will get it cleared away, it looks like. Then De Ketelaere will find a pass to us again. I mean, playing on this camera angle is definitely very difficult sometimes, but I think we might just have a bruised shoulder. It hasn't taken us out of the game, so it can't be too bad just yet. Oh, De Ketelaere almost had us through. Send it over the top. I think we're open. I think we're going to have to go for an early shot. Santiago Jimenez with an injury gives us a 1-0 lead, 77 minutes gone. What a touch and what a finish from Jimenez that was. Oh, Teo Hernandez, send that one over the top. We're going to take a touchdown, try to get a shot away again. Unfortunately, not able to this time. Good clearance away by the defender. And it looks like we fouled him as well. Oh, good defense. Good shot. Another good save. We've been playing really good defense, getting in the passing lanes very well. Probably should have taken ourselves off at some point in this game, but I wanted to just keep playing. De Ketelaere going to have a potential shot. Not a great one, but 89 minutes gone now. Hopefully we will finish this game off with the dub. And it looks like 94 minutes gone now. We will have a final corner to end this game off. Man, if it would have got past Orsolini there, we could have had ourselves our second goal of the game. Rafael Leao sending that one back in. Referee will finally blow their whistle after 4 minutes extra added time. And that will be a 1-0 win for Milan. And it looks like the injury was just a bruised elbow, so not really too big of a deal that we stayed in the rest of the game. Only a 5-day injury. And it looks like we will be able to finish off this episode with 2 more games. We're going to simulate both the Genoa and the Udinese games to round off this episode. I'm going to leave the Fiorentina game actually for the next one, so we will still have the January transfer window to make any signings if you guys feel like we need to, but we probably won't. And then we will have the month of February up next. So we are going to go ahead and get into the simulation of these 2 games. And it looks like since our last game against Bologna, Genoa have made a move for Xerxes up top. So we're going to be playing him 2 games in a row, and I don't know if that's, that's something crazy. I don't know if that ever really happens in real life. We're going to get a couple changes in the team. Pulisic is going to start out on the left side. Okafor is going to start up top since Jimenez is injured. And we'll go ahead and hit a quick sim on this game. Should be an easy win. 2-1, so not quite as easy as we wanted it to be. They did take the early lead, but Reinders and Olise get the goals. And Ballatore has been sold. We made a deal with Brighton, so our former club within, not this career mode, but within FC 24. And then now the final game of the episode against Udinese. That's their team right there. And then ours is going to be switched up a lot from the last game. Leao Jimenez starting up top and out on the left. Into Kettler in midfield. Salamakers out on the right. Kalulu also playing in defense. A lot of tired legs after that last game, since it's only been a few days. But let's hit the quick sim on this one. And then yet another win, 3-1. Rafael Leao with a brace, Loftus-Cheek with a goal for us, as well as Cabasele with one for them. Both teams in the simulation take an early 1-goal lead, but then we come back and end up getting the win. So that's 6 more points in the bag after those 2 games. Let's check out the standings just before we get done with this episode. We will be facing Fiorentina, like I said, in the round of 16 in the Coppa Italia, but that will put us into second place, only 1 point behind Inter, but they do have a game in hand now. So, they're probably still going to have a 4-point lead on us after the 22nd game of this Serie A season. But we're already 12 points ahead of 5th place Juventus, so I think top 4 is almost a guarantee at this point, unless we just completely bottle the rest of our season. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to hit that like button. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave your comments about the players we brought in, about how we're doing this career mode, if you like the player lock that we did in that one game, and any other comments you have for me. So please be sure to like the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.